thank you so much for joining me for another Women Crush Wednesday. Today we are going to talk about Ching Shih, or Madam Ching, who was a very incredible woman and also a pirate. Fact number 1, Madam Ching is considered one of the greatest pirates of all time. She personally commanded the Red Fleet, which consisted of 300 junks, or Chinese ships, which had between 20 to 40,000 men, women, children, pirates on them at any one time. Fact number 2, while Shih's origins are very much mysterious, historians first have a record of her in 1801. She was a Chinese prostitute who was taken as the wife of the pirate captain, Ching Shih. She started to be the power behind Ching Shih's pirate force. She ended up helping him grow his fleet into a much more powerful and dynamic group of ships. And when he was killed during a tsunami, she ended up marrying the first mate in order to start working her way up the ranks. So she managed to ascend to power super quickly. And one of the main reasons was that she was able to unite members of her ex-husband's family, including her nephew and her cousin's son, and really unite all of the different captains of all of these different junks and unite them under her as the main pirate captain. Fact number 3. One of the main ways that she really ascended to power and maintained that power was because she had a very strict code of conduct. If any pirates looted or stole from a town that provided assistance to the fleet, she would personally behead each of them. If a male pirate was caught raping a female prisoner, he would be executed without question. In fact, if a pirate was on duty, even if he engaged in consensual sex, both parties would be very harshly punished. She created and maintained a very specific ad hoc government. Any loyal towns ended up paying taxes to the pirate fleet. Any ships that would get any loot, they were entitled to keep 20% of the profit, and 80% would go back to the fleet's general fund. Fact number 4. Ching Shih faced off against the Chinese, British, Dutch, and Portuguese imperial forces on the seas and won. In her first year, she plundered the Chinese coastline, seizing territories and raiding towns. In her second year in power, the Chinese government was very sick of her, raising chaos throughout the country, and ended up deciding to face off against her in a naval battle. Instead of hiding, she faced them full on and ended up capturing 63 different Chinese naval ships during many different battles. Of course, when she captured these ships, she would offer the soldiers the chance to either be beaten to death or to join her on her pirate journey. And of course, you can guess what most of them decided. Fact number 5. Ching Shih is one of the few pirates who actually died of natural causes. In 1810, she reached a deal of general amnesty with the Chinese government. And I just want you to pay attention to the fact that it was 1810 that she reached this agreement, which was only 3 years after her husband died. So her husband died in 1807. She managed to take over all of these pirate fleets and raise to power, piss off the Chinese government enough, and beat them to the point that they wanted to give her general amnesty. When they signed that agreement, she and 17,000 of her pirate comrades took all of their plunder and settled into the Chinese countryside. She ended up starting a brothel/casino where she died at the age of 65 in 1844. So she actually ended up starting a brothel and casino that she ran for the rest of her life until she died at the age of 69 in 1844. Ching has been portrayed frequently in many different versions of modern media. She is actually one of the 9 pirate lords in the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and there was a Malaysian miniseries called Red Flag about her, which stars Maggie Q. Thank you so much for joining me for another Women Crush Wednesday, where we learned all about the incredible pirate goddess, Ching Shih.